Konnichiwa! Welcome to Katsu Curry. This is a curry that originated around the 20th century in Japan. Apparently it was British soldiers travelling through from India that originated this curry. The name originally came from the Tonkatsu, which was a breaded pork cutlet. We're going to do a vegan version. We're going to show you how to make this beautiful sauce and wonderful curry here in the next 25 minutes. First step we're going to do is we're going to make a roux. A roux generally is used to thicken a sauce. It originates from French cooking. So if a pan on medium heat, I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil or sunflower oil, whatever oil you have. I'm going to just sift in 3 tablespoons of white flour. If you're gluten-free, just use gluten-free flour. Take your whisk. We're just going to incorporate them both together. So what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to cook out that raw note in the white flour. And what this is, once the curry is all made, this will just thicken it and turn it into this wonderful, lovely curry sauce. Once it's starting to go nice and golden, it's good to go. We're going to just clean it all out and use the same pan to cook our curry. Okay, time to make our curry. We have a pan on high heat, surprise, surprise. I want to make this go quick. I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of oil. In on top of that, I have 1 onion, white onion that we have diced. I have 2 carrots and 2 sticks of celery. So while they're browning, I have half a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Some people say we should say thumb, but we're not good at THs here in Ireland. So I got half a thumb-sized piece of ginger. In it goes. I left the skin on because this is organic. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, which I'm going to chop nice and finely. If you're into garlic press, you could use that too. I've got 200 grams of oyster mushrooms or mushrooms of choice. Just again, chop them into bite-sized pieces. You can be nice and rough. Okay, once the onions are starting to brown ever so slightly, let's add in our garlic. The reason why we add in our garlic a little bit later is that we don't want it to kind of overly cook and go bitter. When garlic kind of starts to go too goldeny or kind of brown, it goes bitter in note. Next step, we have our mushrooms. And there you go. I have 400 grams of potato of choice, so I'm going with just normal potato, quite a waxy potato. You could go with sweet potato, you go with pumpkin or squash, whatever type of thing like that. Again, try to chop them into consistent sizes so they cook to the same time. So right now the cooking has changed from frying to suddenly steaming. So there's too much moisture in there for the air to evaporate for frying to occur. So now it's actually steaming. I'm going to add in our spices. I have 4 tablespoons of just a medium curry powder, 2 tablespoons of garam masala, 1/4 teaspoon of clove and half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The cinnamon and the clove are just going to add a lovely fragrant note. So we're going to cook those through just for a minute, just to kind of awaken them, activate them, and just kind of let them infuse through the little bit of oil that we have in there. Generous pinch of salt, again just to help the potatoes cook a little bit quicker. I've got 750 ml of veg stock. I'm going to pour that in. Take the lid and we're going to pop the lid on and allow it just to steam until the potatoes are soft and cooked. Nice. Boom. Okay, time to make our tonkatsu, which traditionally was a pork fillet that was breaded. So instead we're going to make sweet potato tonkatsu. So we've taken sweet potatoes, we chopped them into nice little fillets, if you will. We coated them in a little bit of oil and salt and we baked them 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. They've come out nice and solid and crispy. I've got 100 ml of oat milk. In on top of that, I'm going to add in 1 flax egg. So to make a flax egg, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water and leave it sit. So what that's going to do is it's going to just enable it to emulsify and just make it function a bit like a traditional egg would. Okay, first step, we take our roasted sweet potato. We baked this 180 degrees for about 20 minutes until it was cooked. Next step, we're going to just put it on just plain flour. If you're gluten-free, use gluten-free flour. Next step, we're going to put it into our oat flax mixture. And then last, we're just going to put it through our breadcrumbs. And we're going to go straight into the pan. So we've got our pan nice and hot. You see it's starting to smoke. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of oil, which might seem a lot, but we kind of want them a little bit crispy. These are to be a little bit indulgent. So I'm just going to go straight from one into the other. So straight into the pan, 1. As that's happening, I'm going to go straight into the next one. Oh, that one's good. Okay, so we finished our lovely little breaded sweet potato cutlets. Now time to do our katsu curry. So we leave this to kind of steam in its own juices for about 15 minutes. The thing that you'll know when it's all ready is when the potato is nice and soft. So literally just take a little bit of potato, try to get a bigger piece because that'll be representative, a little bit hot. Yeah, boom, lovely. See the way the sauce is a little bit runny. Traditionally a Katsu curry sauce has a little bit almost like a gloop to it. So that's where our roux comes in. Okay, so we have our roux here. In goes our roux. This is just going to help thicken the sauce significantly. Also at the same time, I have 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar I'm going to add in. And then to balance that out, I have 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. So that'll add the acidity. So they kind of contrast each other and kind of accentuate the acidity and the sweetness. Final step just before we serve this is just to taste and get a final adjustment to the seasoning. It might require more salt and a little more acid. So, there's a lot of flavour in that. Wow. I'm going to give it a little pinch of salt. I'm using a coarse salt here. Other than that, it's incredibly flavoured. There's a lovely sweetness, bit of acidity, and that nice bang of clove, which most people wouldn't know what it is, but it just kind of lingers there in the back. Time to plate it up. So we have brown rice, a large portion of brown rice. I'm going to pop in our curry. Suggestions just for garnish. I have some scallions just chopped at an angle. They just add a nice freshness. If you're into spicy, there's very little chili has gone into this, so I'm just going to put a little bit of chili on the side. And then we have our sweet potato cutlets just going across the top. Katsu curry in 25 minutes. In terms of flavour, like it's absolutely beautiful. Really, really delicious. Like, and even if I hold it up, you see there's a lovely gloopiness to the sauce. It just feels really full-bodied, very round, very balanced, and extremely just like warming and wholesome. Thanks for watching, dudes. Let us know down below any other videos you'd like us to do, and thanks for being a part of this community. Cheers.